inspire.
Welcome back to the Kidney Stone Diet Podcast, the show about reducing your kidney stone risk and living your best life. I'm your host and fellow student, Jeff Saris.
And I'm Jill Harris, your kidney stone prevention nurse. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I got my standing desk going. We have a whole different setup that anyone who's watching on YouTube is going to notice. We have a kind of a two-camera simultaneous setup, and then we'll cut to just Jill at times. But yeah, changing it up, trying to experiment with different things, and yeah, so far so good.
Jeff, you always make the most beautiful podcast. So, everyone says that. What was I going to say? The fact that you get to stand up, I've got to figure that out over here because you just get sick of sitting, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, I like to move. So I think the standing up thing is great. You can project more. Not that I need to do that, but it just feels good to stand up, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And yeah, I have this nice, I think I mentioned on a different episode, but this nice standing desk, just a little crank one from IKEA. It's really, I love that it's manual. I know not everyone wants it manual, but there's something about not having, needing any electric or anything at all. And it just works. It just functions.
100%. I have this coffee table because I live in such a small place that converts into a dining room table, actually. And it's very simple. It's all mechanical. There's no special nothing. And I swear to God, I have a Jeep Renegade. Simple. By the time I got it home from the dealership, I knew how to work everything in it. I always feel like the less mechanical stuff, the less problems you'll have. Plus, it's just way more intuitive that way. So I get it. The manual way is the way to go. I'm not that high tech, as we all know. Jeff, you are, but I think you just have an appreciation for just really well-made, simple design things, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's that minimalism that comes out for me. It's the things that straddle that line between sort of modern tech and not being overdone. I don't want something overdone.
Yes.
I love cars.
That's what I love about IKEA.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just like you said, I love cars that are the more analog, the better. There's just something about it.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
So should we dive into this week's question?
Oh, what are we here for? Oh yeah, kidney stone. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we got on the docket. Baby.
Yeah, this is from Robert.
Okay, Robert.
Hello, my name is Robert. I live in Rochester, Minnesota, home of the Mayo Clinic. And my question for Jill is, we all know that we're supposed to drink at least 2.5 to 3 liters of fluid a day, but what is the best method or phone app for dummies or standalone device that you can carry in your pocket or whatever to help pace the water intake? That's one of the things I struggle with, and I know a lot of other people struggle with, is forgetting to when to drink the water and to spread it out throughout the waking hours. Thanks.
Robert, I love that question. I always say I love that question, but they're all good questions. And so this is a great one. So often patients, most of the time, it's a black or white issue here. There's no middle in the road. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a problem. Either people are forgetting to drink their fluids. They just forget. They get busy, whatever. They're out all day, so they don't want to have to find a bathroom, especially during COVID. Or they're drinking too much, and then they're up all night. So his question is great. How the hell do I pace this, by the way? And he asked, there's another little question in there too about apps. So I love apps for certain things. I happen to be pretty good about drinking water. I'm talking about kidney stone prevention all day long. So I'm deep in it, people. So I'm pretty good at remembering to drink, but there's sometimes I'm super busy. Maybe it's a Saturday and I'm out doing errands. I'm telling you right now, not the best with it. So this is why I always say to patients and to anybody that listens to our podcast, we are not striving for perfection. We're striving for the best we can do with what's given to us on that day. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. The diet industry wants us to think we're either on something or off something. So if we're not drinking water, we're going to form a kidney stone by this afternoon. That's not going to happen. Now, ideally, one of the things you really want to be rather consistent with is drinking water. A lot of nurses and doctors and pilots will say, look, I don't got time to drink all day, Jill. But as soon as I get home, I drink. Well, remember, during that 8-hour period when you were at work and couldn't drink, you're dehydrated. Your urine is concentrated. It's saturated with these crystals at this point. So now you can go home and start drinking, but that doesn't make up for the time you were not. You can not make up for the time you were dehydrated. That ship has sailed, but now you can get hydrated or rehydrated in the evening. Okay. So I just want to throw that in there. Now, as far as a device to help you remember to drink your water or pace your water, I would suggest I do not use apps. Dr. Ko has a nice article on his website at kidneystone.uchicago.edu. And he actually asked patients, what devices do you use? What apps do you like for tracking water? So you could check that out on his website. A lot of people just go to the app store and they look through free apps. Don't be paying for no apps lots of times. First, check them out the free. Then if you love it, pay your $2 a month or whatever it is. But go to the app store, find one that is appealing to you physically and also how it works. Find one that you will like using. Just like anything with the diet or lifestyle change, you've got to do the things that you like so you'll keep doing it. So find the app that works for you and see if it's helpful to you. Sometimes people just put a reminder on their phone for, they'll set it every hour to drink. Then once it goes off, they shut it off, reset it again. Some people do that. Some people, those are the biggest things that I know people do. Sometimes I use trigger words, like every time somebody says the word kidney stone, when I'm talking to them, I take a sip of water. People don't know that when I'm talking to them, but I do that. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can remember to do it. Now, as far as pacing yourself, we do not want to drink so much water that we're peeing 5 liters out. You really don't need to do that. Okay. So that's really important. You need to drink enough throughout the day and into the evening. I always say cut it off a couple hours before bed, maybe take a few sips here and there, but you don't want to be peeing all night long, because what happens then is look, most of us are already older anyway. We're already getting up a couple times. I get up 2 to 3 times a night anyway, and that's with cutting it off a couple hours, except a sip here and there before bed. So I already get up a couple times, 3 times a night. And I don't want people, I'll get patients that say, hey, I'm up 6, 7 times a night, Jill. And when I get up, I drink too. I can't deal with this, because they're exhausted the next day. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to eat the right foods. Nobody's maintaining a healthy lifestyle when they're exhausted. There's just no way. You're not going to meal prep. You're not going to get to the gym. These things don't happen when we're exhausted. So sleep is so very important. So I don't want you to be drinking so much that you're interrupting your sleep 6 times a night. I want you to think about it. Maintain 2.5 to 3 liters of output every day. If you're peeing that much, because once in a while you want to measure it. Save your orange collection jug. Get some Tupperware, whatever you need to do. See about how much you're producing every day. You can get some collection materials on Amazon. A hat to put under the toilet lid for ladies. The orange jug, men can pee directly into that. It's easier for them. The ladies can also get the orange jug along with the hat, like I said. And once in a while, see what you're doing, because what you think you're peeing and what you really are, 2 totally different things. And always remember, this is one of the reasons we ask you to do the yearly urine collection, to make sure you're staying accountable with your lifestyle changes. I also want to throw in a small reminder that water is best, but all fluids count. That don't mean a 6-pack of beer every night. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're having a beer with dinner, that counts as fluid. If you're having a glass of wine with dinner, that counts as fluid. It's when we overdo alcohol that, again, we don't make healthy lifestyle choices, and that can lead to dehydration going forward. So What else did I miss, Jeff? You
So-
know, I go off on so many little detours. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's perfect. I was just curious. The orange jug, is that a specific? Is it a jug meant for this that's orange, or is it like an orange juice jug?
No, and I'm glad you asked. So for people who haven't done a urine collection, people who have done 24-hour urine collections know that when you get your supplies to do it, there's always that orange jug in there. And I think they make it orange because, you know, people may have to carry that around. So people want some discrepancy when they're carrying this big jug. Not that there's anything, you're not noticing when you're carrying a big old jug to the bathroom, but people don't want to show that their urine's in there. So it's an orange jug that comes with the 24-hour urine collection kit. You can get those things just separately, though. You can just say urine collection jug on Amazon, or urine collection hat. And you can get these items on Amazon or in your neighborhood medical supply store.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so I like that you've mentioned in the past that you leave a glass of water sort of spread around the house, which I think is a really smart idea.
All over. That's a good, yes. Therefore, because despite everyone thinks I'm like the most disciplined person in the world, I am, but there's things that I'm not so great at. And I would be very quote unquote lazy if I didn't have that reminder too. So I do like having in every room, well, there's only 3 rooms in here, but in every little nook in my little apartment, there are water jugs that I just love. Usually I love going to the thrift store and getting like the brown, dark little bottles. I love bottles and I love jars. So typically it's in something like that. And my favorite color is the color orange. So if it's not a glass jar, it's a plastic orange jar of some sort. And so that motivates me. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, yeah, I think that was a great answer to the question. And if you have a question for a future episode of the show, the number is 773-789-8763, and we will answer it on a future episode. but yeah, if you want to dive deeper, we have the Kidney Stone Diet course, the meal plans, everything is found at kidneystonediet.com. If you're watching the video, you'll see the link just below, but head to kidneystonediet.com where you can sign up for the email newsletter. You can get all of the free blog posts, the weekly message from Jill on the email, the course, the links to the prevention group on Facebook. There's so much free content out there. But if you want to dive deeper, we also have you covered there. So
yeah, kidneystonediet.com. Also, I want to ask you guys watching this, can you please help Robert out? If you have a favorite app or favorite trick that you like to monitor your water or fluid intake each day, can you please help him and write that in the comments? That would be a great service. And one of the things that Jeff and I want to foster here is a robust community. We have a really robust community on the Facebook page. I'd really like to cultivate a robust community where we're helping each other in the comments section. Motivating each other. Share your tips and tricks, because there's people new all the time here. And some of you who have been with us for a long time, you're a wealth of information. So we would love for you to share your tips and tricks. It will be very helpful for new audience members. And if you are new, what the heck, please press the subscribe button. It don't mean nothing except people can find us better. What the hell are you doing? You're watching the video, subscribe. Whenever I'm watching somebody's YouTube channel, they're always screaming about press the subscribe. And I'm like, why don't people do it? It's nothing. This way, boop, you do it. But then people can find us better. Like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, just say nothing. You don't got to press the hands down.
Yeah. But yeah, it really goes a long way. And I think as like a viewer, we don't always know that, but it makes a big difference and helps us reach more people. And that is the reason we're here, is to reach as many people as possible. So yeah.
Yes.
Thanks again for listening and watching, and we will see you all next week.
Robert, that was an awesome question. Thanks, guys. See you soon.